What's going on, Internet? Brandon here from Nerdlocker.com. Actually, I did that wrong, but whatever. Welcome to another episode of the Nerdlocker podcast. My name is Brandon.
And this is Jimmy, in charge of quality control.
Yes, and yes, he's doing an awful job because I'm still talking. It's just us two this week. Patrick has, responsibilities, so...
Yeah, that's why the wheels have fallen off. It's his fault.
Yeah. But it's okay, though, because you know why? Because it's our Oscar episode! Yeah.
On the red carpet.
Yeah! Alright, cool. So, the Oscars are this Sunday. So if you're listening to this after Sunday, this is irrelevant. Skip it. So, Jim, let's talk about Best Picture. I'm going to name them off.
Okay.
And you let me know if you've seen them.
Excellent.
And what you think. All right, you ready?
Yes.
We're going to do rapid fire, okay?
Okay.
Arrival.
No.
Fences.
No.
Hacksaw Ridge.
No.
Hell or High Water.
No.
Hidden Figures.
No.
La La Land.
No.
Lion.
No.
Manchester by the Sea.
No.
Moonlight.
No.
All right. Well, the good news is that you and I are on the exact same page. I have meant to watch all of these, and I just haven't.
I think there's two. I want to see Arrival, and I want to see Hell or High Water.
I will say Chase, one of our writers, if you go to nerdlocker.com, one of our writers, Chase, who actually is a pretty good stance on movies, actually enjoyed La La Land, and he was the only reason I was considering seeing it. Because I'm not really a musical fan, and I know he isn't at all. So that made it sound
What about that pillow that you sewed for drama?
No. Now, I was a tech theater. I was a tech theater major in high school, and I bullshitted my way into it because I was a guitar major, and I didn't want to have to go to a new school.
Oh, I like how you try and sound cool. No, I was really the guitar guy.
No, I didn't do shit in there either, which is why I didn't get along with the teacher. And I wanted to continue to go to the school without, having to do anything. So I asked, what can I bullshit my way into? And everyone was like, tech theater. And guess what? I bullshitted my way into it.
And that led to where you are right now.
Yeah, I did 2 years of guitar, 2 years of tech theater, then I became a cook for 10 years, and now I'm in sales. That's the life of Brandon. So anyways, since we haven't seen any of these movies, which film, if these films were people, which one do you think would be most attractive?
Just by the name, the what.
I'm just thinking if they were to be a person, which one would you be like, hey, that movie person?
I would say Arrival. I've heard a lot of great things about Arrival. I'm not pissed at Arrival. I'm pissed at La La Land that beat out Deadpool at the Golden Globes. It's like, fuck you, La La Land. No way.
See, I feel like if these movies were people, La La Land would be the most attractive because it stars...
Whoa. Don't bring your crush of Ryan Gosling into this, all right, dude?
Hey, listen, if you don't find Ryan Gosling attractive...
I don't.
I don't know what to say about this. I think Manchester by the Sea would probably be a close second. That sounds exotic. I bet he's a handsome dude. But Hacksaw Ridge is I would say Hacksaw Ridge or Hell or High Water would be the lowest, because those don't sound like fun movies.
No, and that's I believe Hell or High Water has Jeff Bridges looking haggard again.
Well, he's good at that. I mean, he's a great actor, and he's just found his haggard niche, I guess. That guy's phenomenal, though. Okay, so that's our picks for Best Picture. Actor in a leading role. It's Casey Affleck, Andrew Garfield, Ryan Gosling, Viggo Mortensen, and Denzel Washington. Now, once again, not seeing these movies, I'm thinking deathmatch. My money's on Denzel Washington, but I forgot Viggo Mortensen was also nominated, and I don't know. I think it would come down to those two.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Denzel because, to be honest, in the current state of our country, I'd love to see minorities just win everything and give a big fat middle finger to the guy in the office.
Oh, I'm 100. If I could predict one thing, tomorrow's going to be a giant, or Sunday. What day is it? Today's Thursday.
Well,
Uh,
what's happening
I
tomorrow?
don't know what's going on, man. It's been a long week. I already will predict that whole award show will just be a giant like
Yeah,
dumpster fire of name calling and shit. So it'll be just like Thanksgiving, where they were like, "Hey, don't talk about politics around the table." Now everyone's going to be arguing, watching the Oscars.
it'll be Festivus. Got a
What
lot of
a
problems with you
what a
people.
time to be alive.
Yes, I guess.
So I guess the next category is actress in a leading role. Once again, we haven't seen any of these movies, so I'm going to say who would win in a battle royale. My money's on Natalie Portman.
I got to go with Meryl. She's gonna fight dirty.
You know what? I think Meryl Streep definitely has um, the most what's the word? Experience. Wow, it has been a long week, man. Um,
I'll be honest. I only recognize three of these names. I don't know Isabel Huppert and Huppert or Ruth Nega. I don't know those two, and I don't know those movies. Elle and Loving.
well, where have you been?
I know. Seriously, I feel silly right now.
Well, we don't. Yeah, we haven't seen any of these, so I don't know. I think Meryl Streep might come up with it, or everyone would just like bow down to Meryl Streep and like
Well, she gave a kick-ass speech during the Golden Globe, so I'd love to see her do that again.
like she's like, hey, remember when I took my time in the Golden Globes to say how big of a
Yeah,
dick Trump is? Now I'm gonna take my Academy Award time and do that.
that'd be
Jesus
amazing.
Christ, it's gonna be a fucking mess on Sunday. Um, I was thinking supporting role for actor and actresses, but I know the one you can actually comment on in seriousness is animated feature film. Because wait, have you only seen the one, or have you seen two of them?
I've seen one. I have seen
Okay,
one.
so by Jim's estimation, the best picture or the best animated feature film is going to be Zootopia.
That is the one I saw. But I will be honest, my daughter Madison has been listening to the soundtrack Moana, and hearing The Rock sing, I got to go with Moana.
Dude, The Rock, like the fact that The Rock can sing, it's just like
I was blown away. I'm like,
son
holy
of a
crap!
bitch.
Yeah, but I think Zootopia will win it because Pixar's got that. I don't know, bribe.
Well, oh no, that's not the song. I thought The Rock was up for a Academy Award for the song, but Lin Manuel Miranda is up for How Far I'll Go for Moana, and I love that dude, and I'm excited to see that.
That'll be
He'll,
cool.
he'll probably win. He wins fucking everything. Like he made Hamilton, and everyone's just like, "Here's every award for everything. Here you go."
So I'm looking, and I know there was a category where I actually saw several of the films.
But it was like fucking film editing or like sound editing.
Where maybe they took it off
Sound
because
editing. Arrival. No, I saw. Okay, no sound
visual
mixing.
effects.
Oh, was it visual effects?
There's not as many as I thought. It's just Rogue One and Doctor Strange. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I saw. You didn't see Jungle Book. Jungle Book was good.
I didn't, and I hate to say this, I hate to go against Star Wars, but I really got to give it to Doctor Strange. Not having seen Jungle Book, but Doctor
For
Strange.
visual effects,
Oh,
100%. That fucking I had to make sure I wasn't on drugs because I was like, I
yeah.
don't remember taking any coming in here, but holy shit. And then it's like it's fun and it's whimsical and he touches like a butterfly in the atmosphere, and then all of a sudden there's millions of tiny hands all over him. And
Oh, that was creepy.
I was
Where
like,
like
nope, now the trip's gone bad.
hands coming out of the fingers, and it's like,
Oh yeah, nope. That was all kinds of like someone in that team had had seen that in a trip and was like, I can finally put this in a movie.
Lots of acid, lots of it.
So much acid.
I will. I want to give a shout out to Rogue One though, and their visual effects in including footage from A New Hope and doing it seamlessly. That was awesome.
That really
Loved
looked
it.
really well. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, but I haven't. This might be my worst year in not having seen any of these movies.
I make a solid effort to watch at least like because they a couple years ago they bumped it up to 9 movies, and
Yeah,
I feel like I've done my best to watch just about everything, and this year has been taxing.
yeah, that's a good way to
I
put it.
haven't even filmed a video all year. I will do that this weekend. I will have a video up online. I just it's been quite the year. So here's the thing though, is like obviously say I haven't seen any of these movies. Arrival bit wins Best Picture. Now I just need to watch Arrival. Like you're doing all the work for me.
That's fair.
Academy Awards.
Totally fair.
Okay, so we can all agree that we'll watch the one that wins and then be like, hell yeah, lion.
I'm down.
Well, that does it for our Oscar wrap up or Oscar prediction.
Our in-depth
Our
analysis.
super in-depth analysis of the 2017 Academy Awards. Let's move on to other stuff.
Please.
This is really cool to say out loud because I love that we're getting to a point in comic book movies where like okay, I love and I hate it because I love that we're getting an X-Force movie, but I hate that we might be getting a second Suicide Squad. But speaking of X-Force, it looks like they have lost a director and they have put on Joe Carnahan to direct X-Force.
They call this addition by subtraction.
Is
We're
that
getting
what it is?
18-2, Brandon. The
See?
18-2.
Fucking thank you. Good God. Like, if you're a fan of Nerdlocker, you know that Jim and I have been just waiting for the sequel to A-Team that nobody seems to want to make.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm stoked. We're going to get, I guess, Bradley Cooper is going to be coming back on. I don't know exactly what character he's going to be playing. We're going to get, God, who else was in the movie? It's been so long ago.
Bradley Cooper, Liam Neeson,
Liam Neeson. Oh,
Rand,
man. Maybe he's going to be Cable. I don't know. And
uh,
then we'll have, who's the Charlton Coppola?
wait a
What's his name?
fucking second. Are you telling me that Clinton Rampage Jackson is going to
Yes.
be Bishop?
Oh, my God. That's awesome. Yes. We'll do this. Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, well, I'm going to look at the cast and see. Okay, so Liam Neeson's going to be Cable. You're saying Bradley Cooper to play who?
I don't know. Phantom X. They're gonna go out on a limb, and they're gonna have Phantom X in it.
I could get down with that. At first, I was going to say Multiple Man, but that's X Factor, not X Force.
Yeah, Jamie. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Jamie.
Okay,
Matt.
so we'll do Phantom X because, fuck it. He's like super prominent. Jessica Biel. Let's recast Psylocke because
Yeah, she's
I
hot.
said.
We're in charge here. We can do what we want.
We-
I mean,
and
we've
then,
got Rob Liefeld as a writer on the movie, so yeah, we can do what we want.
yeah, they're letting him do that. You know what'll be really fucked up is if he writes the movie and it's better than Suicide Squad. It's like shit, guys.
Way to go, DC. You made Rob.
Like dear Warner Brothers. Do you know who Rob Liefeld is?
Yikes!
You've let him surpass you.
Yikes!
And then who are we saying Murdoch's gonna play?
Oh man, who's crazy like that?
On the I mean, here's the thing that we were just talking about. For the X-Men, the mutants, and that universe
Mm-hmm.
to be so vast, they really like sticking to like 6 people for every TV show and movie they've ever done.
Yeah.
Who could he play? Oh,
You know what?
dude, wait a
Yeah.
second. Wait a second. Forge.
Nice. Yep,
Because he's always like, if you take the same thing as Murdoch, like he's just throwing shit together, man.
I can dig it.
I'm fucking down with that.
I like where this is going.
I really like where this is. This is a good talk.
A-Team 2. It's probably going to win an Oscar, so we can talk about it next year.
We can't talk about it. Of course, you'll have uh, well, okay, I think that's everybody. Then you'll put Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Obviously, that'll be cool. Um, but I think that's the whole team there.
Yeah, I'm down with this idea.
Okay, let's do that, dude. Fucking, I'm gonna be honest. Rampage Jackson as Bishop just sounds cool.
Yeah, and it's funny because the guy who played Bishop in Days of Future Past, it wasn't that he did a bad job. It's just that the character didn't do anything, and I'm like, well, that's a waste of Bishop.
Yeah.
So to have Rampage just come in and be Bishop,
Just
yeah,
be BA in the
yeah,
X Force movie. Wait, did we put Patrick Wilson? Anybody?
we didn't because we didn't
Uh,
really talk about bad guys. I don't know who X
well,
Force.
he doesn't. Would he be a bad guy in this, or would we make? I mean, X Force, they're kind of bad guys
He was a
sometimes.
bad guy in the A-Team.
Yeah.
So
Um,
who would X Force go up against?
that's a good question.
Because they're the undercover, covert, dirty guys. So who are they taking out?
You know what I would like to see, just because if you listen to the last podcast, we talked about the yellow dude possibly
Mojo.
being Mojo, and I think I've not watched the third episode yet. It's on my like list of stuff to do in the next 2 days. But apparently, a lot of things pointing to Shadow King, like we thought.
Ooh,
Have him fight fucking Mojo.
interesting. That would be because then you could bring in more of the cast
You
and
bring in
do like
Shatterstar.
long
You could
shot
bring
and
in
all those
Long
guys. Yeah.
Shot. Like you could bring in. Oh man, you know it would be really a good character. Like forget about Boom Boom. You forget about Domino. You forget about Cannonball, and you forget about Warpath.
Warpath was cool. I always hated. Actually, I hated all the Guthrie kids. I don't know why. I did not like
You
Cannonball. I
hated
thought it was
what?
the Guthrie kids. Isn't that their last name? Cannonball.
Oh yeah, because aren't they like there was like a
Guthrie.
whole group of hillbillies.
Yeah, I never liked them.
Well, oh, you know what? Oh, you know what would be really cool? Because he's been dead forever, and it would be really cool if you introduced Warpath and Thunderbird together and then killed Thunderbird.
Poor Thunderbird, man. That guy cannot get a break.
I mean, he's been like as far as comics go, he's always been fucking dead. Like
Yeah.
by the time I started reading, I'm fairly certain he died already.
Yeah, he died in that first giant-sized issue.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
bye.
bring him in the movie. He's the cannon fodder, and
Which
go
is
from
kind of
there.
funny because it's like he's the John Belushi, badass but dies, and then his brother comes in and gets famous. And I like Warpath; he's cool. But
Warpath
it's
is a
like,
great character.
dude, Thunderbird was pretty cool, man. But you're just a little brother.
Like, yeah, but think about all the fucking bullshit characters that have died and come back. Like Stiltman was murdered. Jack o' Lantern was killed by Punisher in fucking Civil War,
That's
and they
true.
brought back both of them just to hang out in the background of shit. Like, I know, they used Jack o' Lantern for Venom for a minute, but like, they've brought back shittier people for no reason, and Thunderbird just remains dead.
I was gonna say I don't even know if they brought him back for like Age of Apocalypse.
I want to say I read something where there was a zombie. No, I think there was a version of him in Age of Apocalypse.
Okay, I can't
But
remember.
I think there was like a zombie or an undead version used in something. I can't remember what. Or it's
That's
like or maybe it was a vision. I don't know. It was fucking something. But it's like, nope, still dead. 100% dead.
yeah, I'll say that's almost even worse. That's funny.
Man,
I'm stoked.
I like
18-2.
this. 18
I'm stoked.
2, exactly what we said. Leave it there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Speaking of directors, I know this is one you brought up. It looks like Matt Reeves is going to direct the ill-fated Batman movie.
Yeah, it makes me a little nervous that he was like on again. Well, obviously, when Mr. Affleck decided he didn't want to do it, he was on again, off again. Now he's on again, and I don't know if that's a commitment thing. I don't know if that's Warner Brothers fucking up like they obviously do all the time. But as we were joking earlier, it would be kind of funny if the rumor that Ben doesn't want to do it anymore, and then all of a sudden, the Batman introduces a new actor, but nobody acknowledges it. It's just like, oh hey Bruce, what's up?
Yeah, like he's just like hanging out again.
Yeah, it's just, and even Alfred's just like, oh hey Bruce. No
Oh hey,
acknowledgement that is not the same dude. No nothing.
like yeah, like oh man, you gotta. I mean, this is a big thing though. It's not like he's a side character.
No,
Like
it's
it's Batman. It's fucking Bat. He's headlining the movie.
yeah,
Well, because they
it's ridiculous.
recast. Who did they recast in Thor? One of the Heroes 4.
Oh yeah, yeah, Chuck,
Yeah, Fandral.
Levi, Zachary
Right.
Levi.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
you
and
just
the
recast
one
him,
that,
and no one really gave a shit.
but the one that it still bothers me, and I like Don Cheadle, but when they switched out Rhodey, it was like, oh, that does not match at all. I do not like that in Iron Man.
Well, he was such a dick about it. I heard like he got paid more than anybody else
Yeah.
in that movie. So like then he wanted more again. And looking at like you look at where these movies are now, he could have just shut up and been fine. Like I
Yeah.
mean, you got to figure when Iron Man came out. I mean, that was like all you had was X-Men and the Dark Knight stuff, but there was never anything like the universe they were building.
Oh no, no, that Marvel Studios barely existed.
Yeah. I remember I saw a early screening of it, and my friends and I were so stoked that we got to see it before everybody, and then everybody's on Facebook posting the Avengers Initiative, and we didn't get the after credit scene.
Oh, that's
So we're
hilarious.
like, what the fuck are they talking? We went back to the movies like within minutes. Got a
That
ticket to rewatch it because I was like, I have to see what the fuck's going on here.
well, and it's funny how everything just fell into place for Marvel because every single one of their movies now has a stinger like that. And you're like, what made them think to do that in the first movie, Iron Man, with Nick Fury? That's genius. But it led
Oh,
to
it was
everything else after it. And even with the Hulk, where they had Iron Man, Stark visit
yeah,
the
Thunderbolt.
gym.
Yeah, Thunderbolt
Yeah,
Ross.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I'm like, genius. And it's so funny because I just watched Civil War again, and I'm like, it took him what, 6 years or whatever, but he finally came back.
Yeah. Well,
His
everyone thought the
character's
big
back.
rumor was that we were going to see Red Hulk, which would have been fucking ridiculous. But
Your favorite man, Rolk.
I say ridiculous like in a good way because goddamn, that would be so cool. It's still possible. I mean, he doesn't have to really do shit. He's just hanging out,
Yeah.
and then you can just CGI a fucking Hulk. Um, but no, I mean, you had no idea like where this was going or what was going on. And now this is so I can't remember because I know that there has been like after the credits stuff in movies, but like Marvel really like pushed that to be a thing, right?
They definitely pushed it to be a thing that would tease the next thing coming out.
Okay, that's
Like
what I mean.
a lot of movies have done it where it's like a wink wink to whatever's
Yeah,
happening. Like
something
one of the
going
most
on.
famous in my opinion, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where if you
Oh
stay
yeah,
all the way to the end, Ferris is telling you to leave the theater. What? You're still here?
yeah.
Leave. Get out of here. You
Oh
know.
yeah.
Cool. But this one, it's giving you a sneak peek to something that's coming in another edition of this series, and I can't think of a franchise that has done that, especially as well as they've done it.
I remember there was one for Harry Potter. I think there might have been a few for Harry Potter, or just maybe it was just the one. Chamber was it Prisoner of Azkaban? Fuck you guys, I'm getting old. I'm getting so old. I can't remember anything. And because
Okay.
I'm over dramatic, I'm officially the oldest person anybody knows. Which one was Kenneth Branagh in? Right? Was that fucking
Are,
Goblet of
are you
Fire?
talking about Harry Potter?
Yeah, you don't know this answer. I don't know why I'm asking you. I
I
apologize.
know he directed Thor. Does that help?
Yeah, yeah. What the fuck? Because it's him in it.
Was it the third one where he was the overly "Hey, look at me, Professor"?
I'm fucking this up right now, and I'm gonna get so much shit in the future. You don't understand. This is worse than my Rainicorn fucking comment. I need you to understand that. Like,
Wait a minute,
fuck.
I want to preface this though. How old are you?
28? I'm 28. I'm 28. Yes.
All right, good. So this is Brandon's fault. He grew up with Harry Potter. He was like the same age as Harry Potter
Yeah. Okay. It
when the
was.
book
It was
started.
okay. It was Chamber of Secrets. My fucking bad. It was Chamber of Secrets.
I'm 40. I have no idea. I will be 40. I have no idea what he's talking about. So if you comment on this and you get mad and angry and you nerd rage, direct it all at Brandon.
Guys, listen. Here's the thing. Like, I love all of this stuff, but it's all just starting to swirl together. I need to go back and rewatch this shit and reread this shit more often than I do. But the problem is new shit keeps coming out, and I think I'm reaching a point here. So,
Now wait a minute. Is that the third one?
Chamber of Secrets is the second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the second one. Yeah. Okay, never mind. We're moving on. Brandon fucking is old as hell. Moving on. But you know what? No matter how old I get, I'm really looking forward to another Alien movie.
You would.
Most people would. You're the only person I know who didn't like Prometheus.
Prometheus was a pile of garbage.
You take that
If
back.
Prometheus was going to be the president of the United States, his name would be Trump. That's how
What?
bad.
You? Oh my goodness, sir, sir. No,
Yes.
no. You're telling me, okay? Like the analogy you're using is that's the worst fucking. That's the worst movie of all time.
No. That's the worst in the Alien franchise. And I should preface this. I'm not including Alien versus Predator. I know
You
that you're
have to.
okay.
You have
Then
to.
I've never seen the second Alien versus Predator, but I heard that was awful. So that'll be Trump. Then we'll make Prometheus be like Millard Fillmore. How's that? Does that make you feel better?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't. I'm not like up on my Millard Fillmore knowledge. I wasn't really like. I know he was a president. God, I'm fucking killing myself on this goddamn podcast. Note to self: delete episode 12 if I ever get notable. Jesus.
I kind of like when Patrick's not here because I don't know what's wrong with you.
It's been such a long week, and then like, today was just the longest. I will tell you, um, to change the topic completely. Remember a while back we talked about they were doing uh, the Hanna Barbera DC crossover books.
Yes.
Well, the current writer of Batman, Tom King, and this is like I can't fucking wait. DC's doing a series of one-shot crossovers again with the Looney Tunes.
Wow.
Tom King is writing a Batman noir style story with Elmer Fudd.
Wow.
Can I tell you how cool that's gonna be?
I can't even fathom.
They're doing it Yosemite Sam with Jonah Hex, which should also be cool. Wile E. Coyote and Lobo, Martian Manhunter and Marvin the Martian.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
I gotta tell you though, like I'm super stoked for like because Tom King's dark. I'm really excited for Elmer Fudd versus Batman.
See, you could have just pulled the news you're not going to believe. I would not have believed that.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I'm off my game today. I don't know what the fucking problem is.
So let's get back to your lame ass topic of Alien and this video, the prologue.
Yes, it was directed by Ridley Scott's son. I don't know if you saw that.
Well, that
Um,
explains that. I did not see that. That explains it.
yeah,
That
it says
explains a
by
lot.
it was directed by Sun, and it's a quick. It's just a 4 minute video that kind of I guess is going to set up the movie, kind of get you a little insight on the team. Danny McBride's character is on the ship with his wife. James Franco, I guess, is the captain, but he says he's burning up and he was leaving, so the rest of the team kind of hangs out and drinks.
I
And
believe
then
it was his
there's
wife that gave a speech.
yes, and then there's a brief moment where someone starts choking, and you're like, "Oh shit, are we getting alien stuff?" And Michael Fassbender saves her. So I mean,
Maximum.
they're building up a little. They're building up a little suspense there, but it's
Yep.
really cool. If you're interested in the movie, which you should be, because Prometheus was great, check it out, and it just will give you kind of maybe a little bit better idea of everybody in the movie.
Wait for it.
Waiting.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yes.
And now that I realize, and you told me that his son directed it, no wonder. It was good.
Oh, fuck. Ridley Scott's a good director. You like so many of his movies.
I like one or two of his movies,
You
including
only like.
Alien. Alien is one of them. I do.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, hold on. You like Blade Runner.
It's not as good as people want it to be.
I don't care what anybody else wants.
It's seen as this like ultimate movie, and I'm like, it's all right.
See, I thought you were totally obsessed with Blade Runner. Is that
No,
Patrick?
that's
Is
not me. It might be Patrick. It's not me.
Patrick totally obsessed with Blade Runner?
I like Black Hawk Down. I like um,
Gladiator.
Gladiator. I like The Martian. I think it was The White
Wait, did he
Squall.
direct? Yeah.
But I will only ever watch that once. That was brutal. But yeah, he's got a lot of movies, and not all of them are my favorite. They're all
He's
beautiful.
got
I will give him that. He makes some beautiful films, but yeah. And Prometheus still sucks.
American Gangster.
That was all right, but that wasn't. That had a lot of problems going in. That wasn't his fault.
All right.
But I will say this little prologue, and that's where I was baiting you. The character setup is so simple and so small, but it gets you into a little bit of the characters, and it's a nice homage to the original Alien, where they're all around the table, joking, having fun, eating, blah blah blah, and then oh my God, somebody's choking. Are they going to do it? Are they going to have the alien pop up? And they don't. But it
Well,
was a
I
nice
mean,
little homage to that same scene. I'm like, oh, that's fun. That's cool.
yeah. Um, Speaking of Ridley Scott, he is directing the. This is kind of another off topic. We have ADD today. I have ADD today, so that's what we're doing. He is the producer for the Murder on the Orient Express, which is where we've been seeing Josh Gad ask Daisy Ridley all these questions, about Star Wars and everything.
He's our hero.
Yes, 100% he is. And he just put out a final one, which may have been the best one because of Chris Pratt and J.J. Abrams. Did you see this one?
No.
Oh, fuck, man. It's great. Like, he walks her into a room and he's like, I'm done. I don't have questions for you. I don't have questions for you. These people have questions. And it's a bunch of people from the movie, and Chris Pratt's on the couch, and it gets to him, and he's like, Guardians of the Galaxy comes out this year. And then it goes over and comes back, and he's like, Jurassic World comes out in 2018. And then Penelope Cruz asks a question in Spanish, and he's like, oh no, I know the answer to that. I'm in the Avengers. and, then, and then it ends with J.J. Abrams, and he's like, does Luke get to speak in this movie or no?
That's awesome.
It was really fucking well done, dude. It was awesome.
Track this down. I didn't even check him out.
But the reason I'm saying this is because I'm now looking at the cast for this movie, and I hope there's more. Johnny Depp's in this movie. Michelle Pfeiffer's in this movie. Willem Dafoe. I mean, he got Judi Dench to do this, which is cool. But like, Johnny Depp didn't want to. Yeah, well, he's directing it.
He's also in it,
and then he put himself in it. That's like something Brandon would do.
I just can't find anybody to play this guy. I guess I'm going to have to step up and be in
Well,
my own
that's
film.
a Brandon move. If Brandon was a director, that's what Brandon would be doing. Well, I'm gonna play the main guy because I'm
Yeah,
an
it is.
attention whore.
I think that's the. I mean, I don't know much about the Murder on the Orient Express or that series of books, but I believe Poirot is the detective, is the main dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. You do you. I have no problem when I see shit like that. It's like Ben Affleck directing his movies, and he's like, I'm the lead.
Let's put the worst actor as the lead. That'll be me.
Yeah, but dude, I gotta tell you though, everything he's directed has been fucking great, man.
I agree. I
And
love
he's
watching The Town.
oh
Uh,
god, the town is so good.
Argo, I can't. I watched once and it was awesome. I just it's not one of those ones I can rewatch.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
no,
The
I mean
Town. Anytime that's on, I'm like, dude, Jeremy Renner and Ben Affleck,
the
go.
town is one of those because that was like really. I'm like, all right, Ben Affleck's directing this. Let's see it. And I ended, and I was like, holy shit, dude, that was
Yeah.
solid all the way through. Um, but anyways, yeah, I'd be doing that. I'd be casting myself and all that shit. Um, well, that was a weird transition. But is there anything else you want to talk about this week? Anything you want to shout out or?
I can't wait to see Logan. I'm really bummed that we didn't get a screener for that. I don't know what happened on it.
Man, I'm actually really psyched for this. I let my roommate read Old Man Logan,
Yeah.
and just so like you people understand that this is not an adaptation of Old Man Logan. Like
Yeah.
it's absolutely not. It may have like helped inspired this, but I mean, besides the fact that he's an older Logan, it's not the same shit at all. Period.
I was gonna say
Like,
because X-23 wasn't even around yet, was she?
well, she was yeah, she's been around for quite some time, but she was not involved in this story at all.
Okay, I didn't even know if she'd been around yet. Yeah, and then Hawkeye is basically the dude who's
Yeah.
leading
Well, I mean,
Logan.
also too, when you see him walk into the convenience store in the
Mhm.
trailer, it's like, okay, this world is much more put together
Yes.
than the world that he lives in.
Well, and like
Like,
we talked about, you can't do very similar to the way Marvel Studios could not have done Civil War the
no.
way the comic books did because they don't own the characters. Old
Well,
Man Logan,
The X Men play a big part in that. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. And even Fantastic Four, who they can't seem to make a good movie for it, but they play a huge part in Civil War, which is also
exactly.
and vice versa. 20th Century Fox. I would love to have the I don't remember the section of the country, but where the Hulks rule. It's like,
It's
dude,
California.
that would be awesome. Really? I thought it was in the Midwest. I thought it was the middle of the country.
No, I thought no, because that's where Logan starts out at.
Oh,
Um,
I haven't read that in so long. But that whole section with all the inbred Hulks, you're like, dude, that's scary as shit.
oh, I mean, Hulk's the villain in that story.
Yeah,
He is. Yeah, because Hulkland is formerly the Abomination's territory, which is basically the entire West Coast, and then the Kingdom of the Kingpin.
hmm
The Bible Belt's basically nothing, but that's where you have like Electroville and what is this? What nothing. Then the Midwest is Doomslayer. There's a small section where Chicago would be, um, where Osborne City is, and then the whole East Coast is the President's Quarters, which is Red Skull.
Right. For some reason, I thought as he was traveling east, he went through the big section of the middle of the country. That's where the Hulks were. I got to read that again.
They just re-released it in a hardcover, and I bought the fuck out of it. Oh my god, it was so good. Um,
Oh, you know what I do want to talk about?
hmm.
Netflix. If you guys have Netflix, go on and watch Superman. I haven't seen that in forever.
The
Kids had
ori-
off this
wait,
weekend,
the
and
original?
yes, the 1978 Christopher Reeve, John Williams music. You've got to. Oh, that music is just amazing. I believe Richard Donner directed it. It is so good. Just you might not. I guess if you're younger, you might not like it as much. But that was the first superhero movie I ever saw, and that's basically the reason why I got into comic books. Why I'm big part of Nerdlocker is that Christopher Reeve made me believe that he could fly. and it was just like, oh man, I just forgot how awesome it was, especially with like the X-Men movies coming out and the Marvel movies, and that Warner Brothers can't make a good movie. That you look at it and you're like, this was really the first one, and it was good, and it was done right. And Superman by far is not my favorite superhero, but the way they handled it was very well done, very appreciative. And they have all five. So it's Superman, the Superman 2, the one with Richard Pryor, the Quest for Peace, and the Returns, Superman Returns. I'm not saying
I will tell you, as you name them, they kind of go downhill.
Yeah, big time. Big time. I had forgotten how bad Quest for Peace was. Like, wow, that's so bad.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like I can't believe Gene Hackman came back for that, and you can clearly see that John Cryer hadn't realized Two and a Half Men could be a possibility. He was still trying to live off the Brat Pack. Oh my God, just awful, horrendous. But the first two in that series is just phenomenal, and it's on Netflix right now. So highly recommend you go check it out. That'll get the bad taste of Batman versus Superman and the Suicide Squad out of your mouth.
I will say, like, that first one, obviously, like, even when I was a child, all we had was that and, Batman, and I loved that as a kid. The other ones I didn't really rewatch a lot. I always rewatched the first and the second.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean those are great movies, man.
they are.
Did you watch it with your kids?
I did. James had never and this is the weird thing. He's seen the Christopher Nolan trilogy. He's seen the second set of X-Men movies, and he's seen almost all the Marvel movies. So he hadn't seen any of the Superman movies, and he's never seen a Superman movie. So I was like, okay, cool. It's just a rainy weekend in Vegas. When does that happen? So I
Right.
put the first one on, and he just was so into it. We went through all five of them that Memorial weekend.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry, President's weekend, and it was awesome, so awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really really cool. Well, glad he liked them. What did Madison think?
She didn't care. Although she was. This is what was interesting because when we in Netflix we went to make sure we had all the movies. We went Superman. Supergirl came up,
And
so
she's like, "Oh."
she was very keen on seeing the TV show, not the movie, but the
I was
TV.
gonna say, did you show her the movie?
No, the Helen Slater movie did not come up. It was the TV show that came up as a suggestion. I was like, okay, and she wants to see that now. So I'm like, awesome. That would
Hell
be cool.
yeah! You're like, yes, I found it.
Yeah, she had a conversation with me earlier this year that, Daddy, I'm really not that into Star Wars, and
You stop it right now. You have
Yeah.
time to learn.
Yeah.
Is that why you were like depressed for like a month there? We
I'm
didn't
pretty
hear
sure
from
that
you.
comment is what killed Carrie Fisher. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That's fucking heavy.
I damn got
I will say, as far as we're talking about streaming services, if you guys have CISO, you should watch My Brother and Me. It is my favorite podcast, and they now have a 6-episode TV show, which bothers me because I watched them all today already, and I want more. It's hilarious. They are great, and it's exclusively on CISO, so you should check that out. I like how I'm giving them a shout out as if they need more fans. They just made a fucking television show.
because nobody knows about them.
No, but everyone knows about Nerdlocker. They're probably someone will tell them tomorrow they were mentioned on the Nerdlocker podcast, and they'll lose their minds. They'll be like, "Oh my god, what?"
Exactly, and they should thank us.
Yeah, you guys are welcome. You cool babies.
And of course, we mentioned them on the best episode of the year.
Oh yeah, just when I am off my goddamn game at the very end, so no one's gonna make it that far into the episode. All right, well, I think that's gonna do it. Is that gonna do it? Are you done? We're done.
I think we're done.
All right, guys.
I think this episode's brought to you by Adderall. Make sure you get your medicine and
Boy.
you stay focused.
Listen, if anybody knows where to get some, you give Brandon a holler because these podcasts will be way more focused. But until then, I did not just ask for drugs on a podcast. That was a joke. Fucking kidding. Until then, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and nerdlocker.com. You can find me at Brandon Zitch on every single form of social media. And until next week, you guys have a nerdy week.